One of the new features in Umbraco 7.15 is the Info tab. It appears on every single page and has key information about that page. Let's go to the Talk With Us page as an example. We'll click on the page and then we'll click on Info. From this tab, we can see a link to the page directly. We can see a history of recent changes to the page. We can also see whether or not the page is published. This page is published with changes that have been saved that still need to be published. We can see who last updated it, which document type it's using, and which template it's using. This Info tab, which is on every single page, is a quick summary of key information about that page. In Umbraco 7.15, there is an all-new user management section. Let's click on Users. From here, you can see a grid layout of all the users in the system, or you can also view it in a list view. From there, you can search for a user. In this case, we're going to work with a sample user. We're going to click on microsite user, and we will see that they're in the microsite admin group, which means they have access as a microsite administrator, and they have access to both the Arizona 01 microsite and the AZ01 media library. In Umbraco 7.15, users can be added to multiple microsites right from within the user management section. So in addition to AZ01, we want to give this user, microsite user, access to another microsite. We'll do that in these two places, both at the microsite level and the media library. We're going to click on Add. We're going to expand microsites, agencies, and we'll open Arizona as an example. And then we'll go to Phoenix. We're going to select AZ03. That is going to give them access to the entire AZ03 microsite and all of its children. We'll say Submit, and then we'll resume the same process with the media library. Click Add. Once the media library loads, we're going to go into the microsite agency folder. Agency microsites right here. We're going to scroll down until we see AZ03. And there we go. And we're going to click Submit. Now they have access to both AZ01, AZ03 at both the microsite level and the media library level. Then we'll click Save. Returning to the Users section, when you switch to the list view, you can quickly see status on your user. So for example, this user is disabled, this user is locked out, this user is inactive. Lastly, one key update in the Users Management section are the new groups. Click up here in the top right on Groups. From here, you can see the groups that are used on the site and control permissions. The two main groups in the new Umbraco are administrators, which would be for corporate admins only, and then microsite admin. Those two groups are the main groups that should be used. Microsite admin should be used for all of your microsite administrators. Next, we'll look at updates to the content approval workflow. Click on Content Approval. We'll click on the 2019 Stroke Walk sponsor page. That is waiting for approval. If we knew it was good, we could just click Save and Publish. If we want to look at who made recent changes to this page, we can right-click on it and we can see Audit Trail. We'll see that Brandon saved changes earlier today. If we want to compare those changes to a previous version of the page, we can do that by also right-clicking and then say Rollback. Once we select Rollback, we can pick a previous version of the page and we can look at the differences. Green means added, red is removed. So we can see that the date was updated. Beyond that, nothing else changed. It's waiting approval. We're going to close this and we would click Save and Publish if this were ready to go. If we did not approve these changes, we would right-click on the page and we would say Deny Content Approval. From there, we can type a message to the person who submitted the page, letting them know what needs to be changed with their content before it can be approved. We'd click Send Feedback, and that item would be removed off the list, waiting for content approval.